how to make an emergency fund using this savings plan. Sit tight for the entire explanation. Hey singles, it's Jay. Welcome back to my channel where we are living single and successfully, okay? Today's video is about creating something called a runway, so let's get into it. First things first, before we create our savings plan, we first need to go over our expenses, because what we're building in this runway is building up enough money that will sustain us in hardship times. For instance, like this pandemic, if you lost your job, you would have enough money in your savings account to pay for all of your monthly bills. So I wrote it down. I got my little chalkboard back, okay? So in your expenses, you need to calculate your housing, which can be your rent or your mortgage, your utilities, your car expenses, your finances expenses like credit cards, insurance, and your personal costs like groceries, personal hygiene, healthcare, like going to the dentist, your cell phone, and entertainment. Entertainment can be Wi-Fi in the house. So you need to calculate all of your expenses. Most financial experts say that you need at least 6 months to a year of runway to put into your emergency fund. But for the sake of this video and this example, we're going to do 3 months of runway. So let's say with all the expenses, you write down every single thing you spend money on in a month. You calculate that up and you're going to get a total. So my total monthly expenses are $1,720. I'm single. I don't have a cat. So $1,720. Let's say for argument's sake, my income is twice that. So that would be $3,440. So $3,440 a month. In order to build a runway, what you need to do is calculate the amount of expenses you incur a month and multiply that by the number of months you want to have savings for. So again, in this example, we're going to multiply that by 3. So 1720 multiplied by 3 is $5,160. So you would put into your emergency fund $5,160. That would give you 3 months of runway. Again, runway is basically that buffer, and when times are hard and you've lost your job, it gives you some time to still pay the bills that are guaranteed to come even though you're not working, okay? How do we create a savings plan now that we know what our runway needs to be for our emergency fund? We take whatever is left over, okay, from our paycheck after we've paid our expenses. So my monthly income is $3,440. My monthly expenses are $1,720. That leaves me with $1,720 remaining of my income after I've paid all of my monthly expenses. Let's say you have $1,720 remaining of your income after you pay all of your expenses. Well, how do we split that up? What you can do is do either a 50-50 split, 60-40, 75-25, 80-20, whatever is more comfortable for you. But whatever that percentage is, you're going to put that into your emergency fund, okay? So let's say for argument's sake, we want to do a 50-50 split. I'm going to take my 1720 and I'm going to divide that by 2. 1720 divided by 2. I have my calculator here. Let's see what 1720 divided by 2 is. 860, okay? So that means I'm going to put $860 into my emergency fund. I'm going to put that down here as EF, emergency fund. And I'm going to put $860 in my regular savings. I'm going to put RS, regular savings account. RSA, regular savings account, okay? So now that I have $860 in my emergency fund, in my EF, how many months would I need to save $860 a month in order to have 3 months worth of runway? That's a great question. So let's see. In order to figure out how many months it's going to take you to save up that total $5,160, which is what we already know as 3 months worth of runway, you're going to take your runway amount, which is $5,160, and you're going to divide that by the amount that you're saving each month. In this example is $860. So $5,160 divided by $860 gives you 6 months. Okay, so it's going to take you 6 months of saving $860 a month, I'm going to put a month, in order for you to save up 3 months worth of runway. Okay, I'm going to have enough in my emergency fund that if I am unable to work or I lose my job, I can still pay my bills for 3 months. Okay, so this example, we did 3 months. Let's use the same information and do 6 months, okay? So again, we know that our monthly expenses are $1,720. So now we're going to take $1,720 and we're going to multiply that by 6 months, okay? 1,720, multiply that by 6. In order for us to put 6 months worth of runway in our emergency fund. Okay, so that's $10,320, okay? Our runway, $10,320 in our emergency fund would give us 6 months of runway, meaning it would give us enough money to pay 6 months worth of our monthly expenses, okay? So again, how much do I need to save a month and how long will that take me? So now we need to take 10,320 and divide that by our 860 in order to see how many months it's going to take us to save up, how many months of saving $860 each month in order for us to have 6 months worth of runway in our emergency fund account. So I'm taking 10,320, dividing that by $860. It's going to take us 12 months, okay? So we've done 3 months. We've done 6 months. Let's do a year of runway, which is what the financial experts suggest, is that everyone have in an emergency fund 12 months worth of runway. Look at where we are right now in this pandemic. People have been out of work since March, okay? So March, April, May. Who knows when this is going to get back to normal? Some people are saying the end of May. Some people are saying August. So March, April, May, June, July, August, that's 6 months. That's 6 months worth of runway you would have needed in order to sustain you through this pandemic, because some people aren't eligible for unemployment. So what else would you have to live on if you didn't have an emergency fund, okay? So we're going to do this one more time with 12 months. We're going to build 12 months of runway in this last and final example. Again, I make $3,440 a month. My expenses are $1,720, leaving me a remainder of $1,720. I'm going to put half in my regular savings and half in my emergency fund, which is $860. So, in order to figure out how much money I need to save, we're going to take our monthly expenses, $1,720. Now we're going to multiply that by 12 because we're trying to save 12 months worth of expenses. So $1,720. Multiply that by 12. We got $20,640. $20,640. I'm saving $860 every month. So I'm going to divide the $20,000 by 860 to see how long it would take me, how many months of saving $860 a month it would take me before I saved up a year's worth of runway. So $20,640 divided by $860 a month, it would take me 24 months of saving $860 every single month in order for me to have enough money in my emergency fund to have 12 months worth of runway. That is the concept behind runway. Simply put, runway is the amount of money you have saved up that would cover a month's worth of expenses, okay? The financial experts suggest that everyone has a year's worth of runway saved in their emergency fund. Your emergency fund is going to go towards your runway, and you'll never pull out of there. You will never pull money out of your emergency fund unless you are out of a job and unable to pay your bills. That's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys have a better understanding of the concept of runway And I hope you guys are making steps to get yourself a year's worth of Runway in your emergency fund. This video was a part of my finances for singles because I'm a single and the only person who's got the responsibility of taking care of my finances is me. So if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate all of the likes because all likes matter. If you want to see more videos from me about how we can be successful in our single life, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you are notified and know when I upload another video. I'm making videos about finances for singles, cooking for one, and solo travel. Follow me on all of my social media at JSoExtra. And if you guys want to have a deeper conversation of what it's like to be single in 2020, especially during a pandemic, or if you have more questions about finances for singles, then join me in my private Facebook group called Team So Extra. And I will see you guys in another video. Until then, stay safe. Bye.